Chapter 4: Project Management as an Inspiration. Job: Project management is more than timelines, budgets, and deliverables. At its heart, it is about inspiring people to do their best work and connecting their efforts to something greater than themselves. While methodologies and tools help keep things organized, it is the spark of inspiration that truly drives success. The best project managers don't just manage tasks, they ignite passion, align efforts with a shared purpose, and create environments where people feel motivated to excel. The reality is that people don't come to work simply to follow instructions. They want to feel that their work matters, that their contributions are valued, and that they are part of something meaningful. This is why project management, at its core, is a job of inspiration. It is about creating belief, not just in the project, but in the team's ability to succeed together. The role of purpose in project management. Purpose is the fuel of any successful project. When people understand the why behind their work, they are more likely to give their best effort. This isn't about lofty mission statements or abstract goals. It's about helping the team see the real impact of what they're doing. A marketing campaign isn't just about selling a product. It's about creating a connection with customers. A construction project isn't just about laying bricks. It's about building homes where families will create memories. I remember working on a project where the team was overwhelmed by the sheer complexity of the tasks ahead. Progress was slow and morale was low. Instead of focusing on the technical hurdles, the project leader called a meeting to remind everyone why the project mattered. They spoke not about deadlines or budgets, but about the lives that would be improved once the project was complete. It was a simple yet powerful moment. Suddenly, the team had a renewed sense of purpose, and the energy in the room shifted. People who had been dragging their feet began stepping up, offering solutions, and working together with a shared sense of determination. That's the power of purpose. It's not about manipulating people with grandiose speeches. It's about helping them see the real value of their work and how it contributes to something greater. Connecting work to a greater cause. Project managers often underestimate the power of linking individual tasks to a broader mission. In my experience, this connection is what transforms teams from a group of individuals into a cohesive, high-performing unit. People want to know that their efforts are making a difference. When you show them how their work contributes to the bigger picture, you unlock a level of commitment and innovation that no tool or process can achieve. On one project, I worked with a team that seemed disengaged and disconnected. Each person was focused solely on their own piece of the puzzle, with little regard for how it fit into the larger goal. The project manager, noticing this fragmentation, began holding regular briefings where they shared updates on how the team's work was impacting the organization. They highlighted specific examples of how the project was creating value and celebrated individual contributions that made a difference. Slowly but surely, the team's mindset began to shift. They started collaborating more effectively, taking ownership of their work and striving for excellence, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. The emotional connection to success. Emotion plays a critical role in project success. People are not robots. They are driven by feelings, motivations, and aspirations. A project manager who understands this can tap into the emotional undercurrents of their team to inspire action. This emotional connection is not about being overly sentimental or trying to force enthusiasm. It's about understanding what motivates each team member and creating an environment where those motivations can flourish. For some, it might be the satisfaction of solving a challenging problem. For others, it might be the opportunity to learn new skills or contribute to something meaningful. Whatever it is, a good project manager takes the time to uncover these motivations and align them with the goals of the project. Creating an environment for excellence. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. It requires a deliberate effort to create the right environment, one where people feel supported, empowered, and inspired to do their best work. This is where leadership comes into play. A project manager must set the tone for the team, modeling the behaviors and attitudes they want to see. This means approaching the work with passion and integrity, treating people with respect, and maintaining a relentless focus on the project's goals. One of the most powerful tools in a project manager's arsenal is trust. When people trust their leader, they are more willing to take risks, share ideas, and go the extra mile. Trust is built through consistency, transparency, and a genuine commitment to the team's success. It's about showing that you care, not just about the project, but about the people working on it. Psychological safety is another critical component of a high-performing team. When people feel safe to speak up, make mistakes, and challenge the status quo, they are more likely to innovate and push boundaries. A project manager who fosters psychological safety creates a culture where people can thrive, even in the face of uncertainty and challenges. Inspiration in action. Inspiration isn't just about grand gestures or motivational speeches. It's about the small, everyday actions that show the team you believe in them and their ability to succeed. It's about taking the time to listen, offering encouragement when things get tough, and celebrating victories, big and small, along the way. On one project, I worked with a leader who had a remarkable ability to inspire their team. Whenever we faced setbacks, they remained calm and focused, reminding us of the progress we had made and the impact we were working toward. They had a way of turning obstacles into opportunities, framing challenges as chances to grow and learn. Their optimism and resilience were contagious, and the team responded with renewed energy and commitment. This leader understood that inspiration isn't about denying the difficulties of the work. It's about helping people see those difficulties as part of a meaningful journey. It's about creating a sense of hope and possibility, even in the most challenging moments. Closing thoughts. Project management, at its core, is a human endeavor. It's not just about tasks and timelines. It's about people, motivating them, supporting them, and inspiring them to do their best work. As a project manager, your most important job isn't managing processes. It's igniting passion, creating purpose, and fostering a culture of excellence. As we move into the next chapter, we'll explore the practical tools and techniques that modern project managers can use to balance technicality with humanity, staying relevant in a rapidly changing world. But remember this: no tool or technique can replace the power of inspiration. It's the heartbeat of project management, and it's what turns plans into progress and dreams into reality. Chapter 5. Moving beyond frameworks. Frameworks are often the backbone of project management, providing structure, guidance, and a shared language for teams to operate within. Agile, Waterfall, Prince 2. These methodologies offer a roadmap for navigating the complexities of delivering work. Yet, as I've seen time and again, frameworks can become a trap. The rigidity they impose can stifle creativity, alienate teams, and overshadow the very essence of project management, delivering value to people. To truly master project management, we must learn to move beyond the frameworks. This doesn't mean abandoning them entirely. Rather, it means recognizing their limitations, customizing them to suit the context, and always keeping the focus on what matters most: people, purpose, and progress. The framework trap. The promise of frameworks is alluring: a clear set of steps to follow, a system to keep everyone on track, and the reassurance that you're using best practices. But in reality, frameworks are often applied without thought to the specific needs of the project, the team, or the organization. This blind adherence to methodology leads to inefficiencies, frustration, and even failure. I've worked with teams that spent more time debating the nuances of agile ceremonies than actually delivering work. I've seen organizations insist on using complex tools like Primavera for simple projects that could have been managed with a spreadsheet. In these cases, the framework became the focus, rather than the outcomes the framework was supposed to facilitate. Frameworks are not a one-size-fits-all solution. A project to launch a new marketing campaign doesn't need the same rigor as shutting down a nuclear plant. Yet, I've often observed project managers applying the same rigid processes to vastly different scenarios. This is the framework trap: the belief that the methodology itself is the key to success, rather than the people and purpose behind it. Customization as the key to success. The most effective project managers I've worked with have one thing in common: they adapt. They take the best parts of frameworks and tailor them to the unique needs of their project. This customization requires a deep understanding of the project's context, its goals, constraints, stakeholders, and team dynamics. It also demands the confidence to deviate from the prescribed path when necessary. For example, on one project with an oil and gas company, we initially tried to follow a traditional predictive approach. We created detailed schedules, assigned resources, and developed a comprehensive project plan. But as the project unfolded, It became clear that the client's needs were evolving too quickly for this approach to work. Instead of clinging to the original plan, we pivoted to an agile methodology, delivering incremental value and incorporating feedback along the way. By customizing our approach, we not only met the client's needs, but also built a stronger relationship based on trust and collaboration. This willingness to adapt extends beyond methodologies. It's about simplifying processes, eliminating unnecessary steps, and focusing on what truly adds value. In many cases, this means using simple tools, like spreadsheets or shared documents, instead of investing in complex software that adds more friction than benefit. Simplicity is not a weakness. It's often the most efficient path to success. The human code. At the heart of every successful project is a team of people, each with their own motivations, strengths, and challenges. To move beyond frameworks, project managers must understand and leverage the human code, the factors that truly drive people to perform at their best. Motivation is a deeply personal and often underestimated force. People don't work hard simply because a framework tells them to. They do so because they feel connected to the project's purpose, supported by their peers, and valued by their leaders. Project managers who recognize this can create environments where teams thrive. In one of my earlier roles, I worked under a leader who had an extraordinary ability to inspire. He didn't rely on rigid processes or elaborate tools. Instead, he focused on building relationships, understanding what mattered to each team member, and creating a sense of shared purpose. His approach wasn't about deliverables, it was about people. And the results were remarkable. Projects were completed ahead of schedule, teams felt empowered, and clients were consistently delighted. This human-centric approach is what sets exceptional project managers apart. It's not about managing resources, it's about leading people. It's about bridging the gap between management and inspiration, turning individual efforts into collective success. Redefining success. Traditional measures of project success, delivering on time, within scope, and on budget, are important but incomplete. A project that meets these criteria but leaves the team burned out, the customer dissatisfied, or the organization no better off cannot truly be considered a success. Real success is multidimensional. It's about fulfilling the project's purpose, whether that's solving a problem, meeting a need, or creating something new. It's about ensuring the team feels proud of their work and grows from the experience. It's about building trust and delivering value to stakeholders. And it's about aligning the project's outcomes with the organization's long-term goals. I've worked on projects where the technical deliverables were flawless, but the team was so exhausted by the end that they dreaded starting the next one. Conversely, I've seen projects where unexpected challenges forced delays, but the team emerged stronger, more cohesive, and more motivated because the project manager prioritized their well-being and growth. Redefining success means looking beyond the immediate metrics and considering the broader impact of the project. Did the team grow? Did the customer's needs change? And were we able to adapt? Did the project leave the organization in a better place than before? These are the questions that matter. Creating a legacy, ultimately, project management is about more than delivering results. It's about creating a legacy. The relationships you build, the trust you foster, and the inspiration you provide leave a lasting impact long after the project is complete. Great project managers are remembered not for the frameworks they followed, but for the environments they created and the lives they touched. Moving beyond frameworks is about embracing this larger vision of project management. It's about focusing on people over processes, outcomes over outputs, and meaning over metrics. It's about using frameworks as tools, not crutches, and leading with authenticity, empathy, and purpose. Closing thoughts, the framework trap is easy to fall into, but it's also easy to avoid when you prioritize what truly matters. Project management is not about rigid adherence to methodologies. It's about flexibility, customization, and understanding the human code. It's about redefining success to include fulfillment, growth, and alignment with greater goals. As you continue your project management journey, remember this: frameworks are a starting point, not an end point. The true art of project management lies in knowing when to follow them, when to bend them, and when to leave them behind. In the next chapter, we'll explore how project managers can create environments where people want to excel, diving deeper into the connection between leadership, motivation, and lasting success. Chapter 6: Reflection on the Humans. Leadership, team dynamics, and emotional intelligence are the unseen forces behind every successful project. While tools and techniques have their place, they pale in comparison to the influence of effective leadership. At its core, project management is a human endeavor, and humans thrive or stumble based on the leadership that surrounds them. Why leadership matters. Project success doesn't just hinge on plans, schedules, or technical abilities. It hinges on the people involved and their ability to work together toward a shared goal. And at the heart of that collaboration lies leadership. Leadership creates the conviction and drive necessary to achieve excellence, even when technical skills fall short. As John Maxwell aptly says, everything rises and falls on leadership. This truth reveals itself in every aspect of project management, from resolving conflicts to fostering innovation and aligning a team toward a common vision. The reality of team dynamics: no team is immune to conflict. It's a natural byproduct of bringing together individuals with diverse personalities, goals, and working styles. However, unresolved conflict can quickly morph into a stumbling block that derails progress and morale. I remember a vivid example of this during one of my projects. A colleague and I were caught in a constant cycle of conflict, what could only be described as a cat and dog scratching dynamic. The tension wasn't just affecting us, it was becoming an obstacle for the entire team. Eventually, my boss, frustrated with the impasse, handed us his credit card and told us to go have lunch together to resolve the issue. That simple act of leadership was transformative. By creating a space for open dialogue, we were able to move past our differences, restore cordiality, and refocus on the team's objectives. Leadership and emotional intelligence. Great leaders understand that conflict, when managed effectively, can strengthen a team. This requires emotional intelligence, the ability to navigate interpersonal relationships with empathy, self-awareness, and tact. Emotional intelligence is not just a nice-to-have skill, it's the bedrock of leadership. Daniel Goleman, a pioneer in the field of emotional intelligence, notes, "What distinguishes great leaders from merely good ones isn't IQ or technical skills, it's emotional intelligence. This means recognizing and addressing the emotions of team members, being self-aware enough to regulate your own reactions, and creating an environment of psychological safety where people feel valued and secure." When leaders foster psychological safety, as emphasized in the Agile Manifesto, they unlock the potential of their teams. People are more likely to take risks, innovate, and strive for excellence when they know their work environment is a safe space for ideas and collaboration. The conviction to inspire excellence. Leadership isn't just about getting tasks done. It's about inspiring others to do their best work. I've seen this firsthand in my own career. When a leader demonstrates conviction, an unwavering belief in the project's mission, it becomes infectious. Even the most technically skilled team members need inspiration to strive for excellence. As a leader, you set the tone for the team. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way, Maxwell reminds us. By modeling excellence, you cultivate it within your team. This is why leadership remains the constant variable in project success, no matter the tools or methodologies employed. Practical lessons in leadership. From my experience, here are some key lessons for project managers seeking to lead effectively. Resolve conflict early. Don't let unresolved tensions fester. Create opportunities for team members to address issues constructively, whether it's through a mediated discussion, a team-building exercise, or something as simple as a shared meal. Foster psychological safety. Let your team know it's okay to take risks and make mistakes. This doesn't mean tolerating subpar performance, but it does mean encouraging a growth mindset. Focus on communication. A leader's ability to communicate openly, listen actively, and bridge divides is often the difference between a cohesive team and one in chaos. Set the standard for excellence. Excellence starts at the top. If you demonstrate passion, commitment, and integrity, your team is more likely to follow suit. Empower, don't micromanage. Trust your team to get the job done. Provide guidance and support, but resist the urge to control every detail. Inspiration in action. Leadership often requires creativity and resourcefulness. One of my mentors on the John Maxwell team, Paul, exemplified this. Paul managed extraordinary workloads with simple tools, prioritizing clear communication and persistence over complexity. His leadership inspired those around him to take ownership and execute with precision. Similarly, I've seen project managers in the oil and gas sector pivot to agile approaches, embracing incremental delivery to foster collaboration and achieve rapid results. These leaders didn't rely on rigid frameworks. They relied on their ability to align teams around a common goal and adapt to changing circumstances. Closing thoughts. The truth is, even the most technical projects depend on the human element. A technically brilliant engineer or project manager can only excel when inspired by strong leadership. Leadership creates the environment where skills are honed, teams are unified, and goals are achieved. It's what transforms a group of individuals into a high-performing team. As you lead your projects, remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Build trust, foster collaboration, and inspire excellence. The tools and techniques will follow. This is the essence of leadership and the key to unlocking your team's potential. Next steps: reflection and action. Have you ever fallen into the framework trap? Reflect on a project where you adhered too rigidly to a methodology. How did it impact the team, the customer, or the outcomes? What could you have done differently? How adaptable are your current project management practices? Consider a recent project. Did you tailor your approach to the unique needs of the team and stakeholders? Or did you rely on a standard framework? Are you prioritizing people over processes? Think about the human dynamics in your projects. Are you fostering motivation, trust, and collaboration? Or are you overly focused on tools and metrics? How do you define success? Beyond delivering on time and on budget, what metrics or indicators do you use to measure the broader impact of your projects? Are you considering team growth, customer satisfaction, and long-term value? What steps can you take to move beyond frameworks? Identify one area in your current approach where you could simplify processes, customize a methodology, or prioritize outcomes over procedures. Are you building a legacy as a project manager? Reflect on how your leadership style affects the people you work with. Are you creating environments where teams thrive and grow? What can you do to leave a lasting positive impact? Thank you for joining me on this journey. As we conclude this exploration of the hidden project management code, I want to thank you for walking alongside me through the pages of this book. Together, we've uncovered the deeper truths of project management, the realities behind the frameworks, the importance of leadership, and the power of human connection. This journey wasn't just about delivering projects, it was about understanding people, embracing purpose, and redefining success. Whether you're a seasoned project manager or just beginning your path, my hope is that these insights will inspire you to approach your work with greater clarity, confidence, and compassion. Remember, project management isn't just a job, it's a responsibility and an opportunity. It's the chance to lead with purpose, empower others, and leave a lasting legacy. The tools and techniques will always evolve, but the core principles, vision, trust, and inspiration, are timeless. Thank you for allowing me to share my experiences, lessons, and reflections with you. The journey doesn't end here. It continues with every project you take on, every challenge you navigate, and every person you inspire. Here's to your ongoing success and to the extraordinary impact you'll make in the world of project management. Let's keep building together. Phil.